Hello and welcome back to Remnant 2. Last time we ended up clearing this dungeon Tiller's Rest, and between episodes, like I said I would do, I did some grinding. This is not our current gear. Also, we have the medic perk, so now we are, if we go to our archetypes, we're the Regenerator Defiler. Got our flying guys. Got the Wellspring, which is how my build is meant to go, Regenerator Prime perk. Also, I think they upped the requirement, because I thought it used to be 250 HP needed to be healed. Or it might improve as the class levels up. But, if we go to what I normally have equipped now, and yes, we have a lot of rings. A lot of these aren't, like, they're good, but they're not things I'm really interested in, like, reducing enemy awareness. This one's good, Burn of Divine, if you're running a team and you're a medic, because then all your healing and self-healing, your passive heal, it's going to heal the team. Status resistances, that's not bad, but only if you really need it. Ring of Crisis is pretty solid. When your health drops below 25%, gain a shield. There's actually a ring we don't have, but when you have a shield up, you regen 3% HP per second. So, this is a good combo. Last 10 seconds, you regen 30%. You go from 25 or 24, let's say, to 55, 54. If you get hit again, you drop back down, you get a shield again, and you can kind of chain it. But, yeah, we've been a bit busy. Don't use the Weightless Amulet. Actually, what we use currently is Jester's Bell. Though, other things can be used in exchange for that. The Talisman of the Sun, that's a really good one to combo with the ring that gives us fire damage, so you can actually build a ton of fire. So this is a weapon we get. It's a boss weapon. We'll get it from the Labyrinth, but I got it ahead of time, essentially. This we'll get later on in this area. This we get from Nerud. But for the time being, we'll run the Enigma. It's pretty solid. Our melee weapon, we have a few options. The Labby Staff isn't bad, but I'm going to run Atom Splitter. Once again, that's gotten from Nerud. The crossbow, we do have the Twisted Arbalist. It's not bad. It's more of a wave clear than a boss fighting weapon. So, there are some enemies, some bosses that'll be like, oh, we have minions, this will work great for them. Otherwise, it's not that great. Our armor, we got the Fey Royal armor, which, if I equip everything there, that's currently our armor right at the medium weight limit, just to try to max out Jester's, oh no, not Jester's Bell. It would max out Weightless Amulet a bit, but we're not really running that. Still, since we're at that limit, might as well go for it. Dragonheart. The Runed Heart's not bad, but they're not that great compared to just a standard Dragonheart. But before we go anywhere else, we're actually going to head back to Ward 13. And I will show why when we get there.
Traveler. Oh, thank the Founder. You're alive. What happened?
Ford activated the stone here.
I knew the Founder was up to something. I mean, who else wants to visit the old ward, huh? Look, I'm sorry you got involved in this, Traveler. So, then what happened?
Clementine showed up and something in the stone took her.
Wait, what? Clementine? Where is she? Is she okay?
I don't know, I've been looking for her.
Right, sorry. Clementine, she means a lot to all of us. We gotta find her. I'll get everybody together. If she went through the World Stone, she could be anywhere.
Don't worry, I've got this.
No, I mean she could be anywhere. Do you understand? Like there's entire other worlds out there. All right, I'll get Brabus and Riggs. I'll tell them to... Oh, what the hell am I doing? I don't know what's out there any more than you do. Oh, I'd be putting the whole town at risk. Clem wouldn't want that. Hell, it's a miracle you came back. No, we gotta trust you on this, like you said. Is that all right?
Yeah, don't worry, I'll find her.
Thanks, Traveler. Talk to the folks around town. They should have any supplies you need. You know, Ford used to tell me, old Commander Ford, not the Founder, that a leader and a hero are two different things. The leader's place is always with her people. I thought she was just taking a dig at her grandfather for leaving all the time, but I think I'm starting to understand her better now.
Sorry, I should get moving.
Safe, Traveler.
Yeah, so in my travels across every area, I got some boss items. Like, okay, actually the alien device. This will actually give us the engineer archetype, so not too concerned about that, but the acidic jawbone, the bone sap, the conflux prism, the cursed dream silks, the forlorn fragment, spiced bile, the centuries old iris, the melded hilt. Those are all boss items, so we're gonna get a lot of stuff. Also, I have 23,000 scrap, as you can see in the corner, because I haven't done any upgrades. Ava, come on, I need to get stuff.
I swear to God and my mother. Dingo, my work. We're finished here. You. What did you bring?
Yeah, I don't know why her dialogue, a lot of the characters' dialogue resets randomly. But yeah, as you can see, we got a few different things. The cube gun, the gas giant, the nebula, God Splitter, Nightfall, prismatic driver ability, the firestorm ability, voltaic rondure.
We're finished here.
So we're gonna kind of go through all these so you can understand how they function. We'll actually start with Enigma. This, everybody uses it. It's very common. And it's good. Shoot, as you can see, that guy. So this will arc to nearby enemies. And what you can do is, let's say, we'll target him and go boom, 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 boom. Does a good amount of damage. Each spike that's active increases the damage. But let's start going through. Rupture Cannon. Pretty straightforward. It's a, like, shotgun-ish pistol. Actually, we'll hold off on going through the mods, because that's a whole song and dance. Double barrel. Does what it says on the tin. The Nebula is an interesting one, because it's a short range, only 8 meter range, acid thrower. And then we can trigger its ability, which sends out these nanites that will hit targets, and if they kill them, it'll create a gas cloud and target someone else. And the cube. First thing to notice, the 5 squares, the diamonds at the bottom, is your ammo. Has an overheat, makes sense. But the reason the cubes are there is your shots have travel and return time. So if we target that guy out there, takes a while. Our special ability creates a cube shield that will absorb shots up to 500 points and can be launched. It's pretty cool. Let's just grab our MP60 and start going through these. Prismatic driver is pretty straightforward. Gotta build up some ammo for this first, or some charges. I think it's a 20 charge deal. Or it's 30 charges, I guess. Yeah. So grab this bad boy. Neat little trick. Bore is not that special. It's good, but it's also bad. Because you need to have really good accuracy, and you need to pray it hits the target correctly. Because Bore will aim right at the center here. Creates a weak spot. It's not as effective as hitting a head, but you get a 8-second weak spot that you can put anywhere. Firestorm is very self-explanatory. It just takes a while to charge. Actually, since we have the moment, I'll show off this sword. Yeah, your neutral dodge into a charge attack lets you shoot a plasma blade. And this is getting a lot more energy than shooting. So, Firestorm. It'll pull guys in, it'll pull you in, it'll pull your friends in. It's pretty cool. A lot of people have said to use it, it's kind of a boss melter. I might use it, it just takes a while to get a charge. Voltaic Rondir is... it's okay. You might recognize it from Remnant 1, because it is very similar to one of the boss weapons you get on Yeisha, I believe. So, like, let's go out there. It's cool, but realistically, if I'm going to use something, I'll just use Firestorm. For melee weapons, we have God Splitter, which is Charge attacks cause all other hits from this weapon to count as criticals. But it's only 2 seconds, so you really have to build around extending the duration of that. There's also Gas Giant, which I think you have to hit a couple times. Yeah, there we go. Now it's triggered and causes acid damage. When infused, neutral, backdash, yeah, does an explosion. Because it has that infusion time, like, that's pretty solid. It does damage, but it can hurt you. So it's not the greatest weapon to use. Cube Staff's pretty neat, though. Swings like a normal staff, and then Cube AoE, which actually gives you more mod energy than normal attacks. And for primaries, our only one is Nightfall, which, honestly, this gun is really good. Notice the fingers. For being a semi-auto weapon, it really makes sense, though, because when this thing triggers, it's very powerful. Okay. So we can see, at this range, magazine, we can land 780 damage. Now, if we trigger its ability, infinite ammo, you become harder to hit, you get lifesteal. It's a very good gun. I don't really use it, though, I will admit. I'm actually gonna strip this stuff out because we're gonna go buy the weapon I'm going to use for a while. First, for melee weapons, back to Atom Splitter. It's just too good to pass up. Actually, to buy it, I need to go talk to Bravis. It's tempting to switch sidearms too, but
Well, ain't you a right mutter? Treats it. I also met a lot of folks still ain't things might be different. Watch yourself, stranger. World ain't clean
yeah,
yet.
I don't get why the
How's the war?
dialogue just glitches out.
Now we're talking.
Okay, so that's for the Hunter. We'll actually just buy that so we have it.
And see if Wallace knows what this is.
But we'll grab the Black Maw because that gun's really solid. For sidearms, the Service Pistol is good. Western Classic is tempting. It does have slightly lower range, but it does have it has 10 extra damage on it, or actually 8. Huh. That's kind of a hard sell, honestly. We'll stick with what we got.
Watch your back. You know who to trust out there.
Grab you. Toss the heal on. We'll actually go talk to Dwell, because he's got some mods we can definitely use.
Greetings. I sell Chris.
Increase mod damage, which that's worth grabbing. And then battery's not bad. But, I guess we don't have that. There's another mod that's actually really good. I thought he sold it. Yeah, that's fine, I guess. And yeah, putting Harmonizer on there. What we'll actually do is do a quick... Now I'm kind of in a tough spot here, because I can burn a lot. We'll do some upgrades. We'll just bring it up to 10. I'm already here. Oh, I'm out of Luminite, that's fine. Plus 9. Increases mod damage by 19%. It's solid. It'll get the job done. We'll actually check the other shops because there might be stuff we need.
God damn, it is you. They said. You mean that before we got... Feels like anything can be true here. Yeah. Hell, maybe it was. I was just... But... So hey, if you...
Her story stuff is just like, hey, I'm okay. Enlarged Heart. We'll buy it for the sake of collecting it, but it's not good.
So many new faces these. Welcome, traveler. Heard the
Yep, we've already met you, Reggie.
You mean, well, okay, yeah, might.
We could get the Challenger. We'll just pick it up. Get these rings just to clear inventory. They're not that great. Like the acid one's solid because we can combine that with the nebula and deal extra damage, but the short range is what really kind of kills me. We need, I think, the hunter skill to boost range, but I'm not going to do a ton of that. Briggs. Please, I need to talk to you. Okay. Yeah, the Atom Splitter, because it's a boss weapon, requires Luminite. We'll actually go get the subclasses we have, since we have the resources for them, and I might as well show you how to get them, considering I just kind of popped up and was like, hey, I have Medic now. Plus, who knows, maybe there's people who actually don't know how to get a subclass. Or a archetype. I prefer calling them subclasses, because that's what they kind of are. You don't have a class, you just have two subs that you put together.
Traveler.
Alright, so if we had some... Actually, we do have simulacrums, we just don't have scrap. We could boost relic charges here at Wallace, but then we just pay 5 Luminite, and we get more classes.
Goodbye, traveler.
Now, if I wanted to, I could go boom, boom. Now I'm Challenger. Now I'm Engineer. Now I'm Hunter. And yeah, this might be worth increasing. I don't know, I'll probably just level those classes off screen. Mostly because this build is really solid. I think for a normal difficulty run, this is a good option. When you want to do higher difficulty runs, that's really when Challenger comes into play. That's when you start playing Engineer. I'm thinking, honestly, I'll probably switch like Engineer Challenger for high tier runs to try to pull off that invincibility build. But let's get back to Losomn and start walloping people. Because now we have stupid amounts of damage. Yeah, we can do adventure mode, I'm not doing it. And since we're running around out here, I'm going to try to get the Alchemist Archetype as well, because we can do that while we're here. And the Alchemist, it's not a bad class, it's not great, but it works. It's a decent class. I'm still trying to figure out how I can incorporate it into my build, because I feel like no matter what, it's just missing something. Found out what you do with the kids. You have to interact with them. Let's see. Yo, do you want to grab me here? Yeah, let's go! Getting kidnapped! This is exactly what I wanted. Even though that does kind of kill you. I don't know if that'll count as a death in hardcore. So, it may be an archetype you have to start with, otherwise you just can't get it. God, that was so stupidly easy. You get this ability from the Red Prince, I believe. Okay, so there should be an item around here, because we didn't get... Oh, we did get it. Cool. Mysterious Stone. So when we head back, we'll be able to unlock the Alchemist. I feel like I've used it a little, and I feel like it's a cool archetype, but it just doesn't fit well anywhere. Because it's support, but it's like buff support. But I feel like it's one of those archetypes where you actually need more than just one archetype. Or like more than just like one ability. I think it really needed to benefit from... Like, so some of the abilities are like Stone Skin, and they have a like a Rage Powder, which used to be an item in Remnant 1. I think they should have kept it an item and had the focus be like, hey, you can have multiple of these active. Because concoctions, as cool as they are just for you, and so they feel kind of greedy to roll with, and they're just not as solid, I think. But that's just me. Maybe someone out there has some super huge jacked man build that I just don't know of. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm dumb. Is that a child? It is. Greetings, child. Do I have to hit someone with the blicky? Yeah, so we guide the kids through and they go here. If you rescue all the kids, you get a reward. What it is, I don't remember. It's not super important, so it's kind of one of those, if you find them, you can go for the rescue, but don't go out of your way for it. I sometimes even wonder if they all spawn correctly, because I've cleared my whole map and still not gotten the reward, and I'm like, okay, so what's the deal here? Yeah, and we can't go in there yet. We can't go in there because that's the asylum. Which is actually really important that we got the asylum, because we want that for the boss. Yeah, this place is deceptive because some of these guys, if we cursor over them, there was somebody I thought we got a red marker on. Oh, there. There's a guy over there. He just blends in with everybody else's camouflage. Yeah, Atom Splitter is such a good sword. I love weapons like this that let you just kind of shoot beams through the environment.
Wonder what happened here.
I was just going through these areas on my main character trying to get the asylum and I couldn't get it. I can't remember what Cotton's Kiln. Oh, I remember Cotton's Kiln. Yeah, the boss here is a pushover. Especially with these guys, we got this. This isn't going to be a problem at all. Yeah, these little idiots will carry us through this whole dungeon. I love the summon flyers. They're so good. I think they honestly need to buff the rolly guys just because of how good these guys are. Because the rolly guys, they're loud, they get in the way a lot. These guys get in the way, and that's really annoying because it'll push like your aim assist or your aim really weird. But I would rather accidentally pop a shot into their back once in a while than have to deal with anything else. Yeah, notice that? My meter at the bottom of the screen went up by healing them. That's a big reason why I said you take these two classes as a combo. Plus, if you use relics on yourself, they heal for like 5% per second or something. So you can get around issues you might have otherwise. And they'll heal. There's one Dragon Heart. If we're lucky, we'll get it on Yeisha, which does an AoE pulse. And that one alone is amazing. It's good for keeping your team alive. It's good for keeping yourself alive because it staggers the heal. So with the medic, you'll get a bunch of pulses for a bunch of health. You'll be able to chain them. It's just a solid relic to equip and run with. Look at this dude and his tiny butt cheeks. Oh, I had one of these guys who wasn't wearing pants, so you could just see his butt. He's got like a Hank Hill butt. Absolutely no cheeks. Disproportionate to the rest of him. But he is impaled with a bunch of metal and tattooed and seemingly malformed, so... I think if we can get some... There's a skill that gives you like 40% recoil. See, I don't know, I don't think that'll help. If it... I want to say it's recoil and accuracy. If that's the case, then yeah, this SMG can become really solid, but otherwise, at range, this thing kind of blows. It really needs a big accuracy buff, otherwise, as we've seen, half my shots go wide. Which is also why I took the Black Maw, because as much as I like the Bonesaw LMG, the overheat gets real tiring at times. And I was hoping to find the mutators, because there's one that when you hit, it has like a 30% chance of returning a shot to your reserves and a 50% chance of those shots also being added to your stowed weapons reserve. So for a weapon like this, or a weapon like an LMG, where you can potentially chew through a lot of ammo, being able to just resupply it easy is a godsend. And then you don't have to wear a bunch of rings for ammo pickup. Alright, you two, gather up again. Look at that. Next time I use a relic, I'll instantly get it back. So it's just free heal. I've yet to try a hardcore run. I want to, but I also want to play through this game and beat the story on every difficulty. Because with each difficulty, when you beat it, you get a new weapon unlocked at Brabus. So if you get... I'm trying to think, you can get the Spore Bloom shotgun. You can get the gun you get when you're fighting Harsgard. You can get that. You can get the sword that shoots the horizontal beam like World Ender or World Saver. You can get a few weapons, and I figure if they apply to every character, then they're perfect, because that's great early pickups compared to starting gear. Yeah, I really need, like, there's a ring that gives you like a 50% ammo increase per ammo pouch you pick up, but I don't have it, so I get to suffer. Band of Accord, it works. Actually, I don't know, because it's by 25% per ally also wearing this ring, so it might not actually help me in this situation. So at that point... yeah, let's just go Firestone. Which, also, that resistance is gonna make this upcoming fight a lot easier. Yeah, here! Bold to try that with, against a man with the blicky. I'm gonna keep saying this throughout this series. I love the look of all the weapons you get, essentially from the ward. All the man-made weapons, I think they look so good. Yeah, dodge the acid gloop. I'm trying to think, because I think it's further on. There's a few hidden paths through some of these areas. You have to really pay attention. I think the hidden path is in a burning building. But you can get some stuff. So there's always incentive to really pay attention. Okay, so how do we get over there? I think that's through a building. Okay, give me a second, because I recognize this. I recognize parts of this, at least. Alright, I think... I don't know if the tile didn't spawn right, or if it's up ahead. These areas really blur together, which is kind of a problem for me. Because I know we can get up there, and there's loot to be had. It's just trying to get there in the first place. Yeah, it might not have just spawned right. Oh well. Like always, can't be too mad when these dungeons are random gen, can't be guaranteed anything. Does make trying to figure out what you can get in your run a tad annoying. There's somebody coming our way. Ah, there. That's so good. I can't not laugh at that. Plus the ring, I think, boosts the damage. Okay, so here to here. Yeah, I think this one's a dead end, unfortunately. Oh well. I tried. There's always other spots that can spit you out and have you get loot. I could sit here and destroy every one of the ash bodies because there's money in a lot of them, but even though I'm relatively strapped for cash at this point, I'm not that desperate at the moment. And I don't think you can get grabbed anymore. Once we have the one alchemist encounter, I think the game just kind of goes, yeah, you're done, you don't need to do this anymore. Does kind of suck because I don't know how you get their starting gear. Just like I don't know where to find any more of this MP60, because I'd like to find one more of them. Like, my main character doesn't have it because Brabus doesn't sell it. I wish they did that, where once you unlocked a class, then the game would be like, okay, yeah, we're just gonna sell the class items in the shop for you. Because, like, finding... Okay, to be fair, finding the Alchemist armor, which is the academic's armor is kind of a hint as to how you get the alchemist. But it's not that way for all of them. The engineer, you find the armor first, and the only way you actually get the subclass is if you continue on and die in the process. The invader is just difficult because you have to have... It's a lot of things you have to have kind of going for you at the same time. Yeah, let's rest. Didn't want to rest, but might as well get our ammo, our abilities, resummon everybody.
They called me crazy. Who's crazy now? Feast on this, bastards! Kill 'em! Kill 'em all!
Go, my flyers! The irony of the unburnt being burnt. Oh god. It's pulling me. Yep. You see the danger. It's a cool ability, but it doesn't really give you opportunities to escape. If it triggers, you are essentially doomed. And unlike normal grenadiers, you can't just shoot their hand and make them drop the bomb. Now we got the Alchemist powder, which is not bad. But it's like the Flame Storm, but a worse version. And it just leaves a trail of fire. It's definitely one where it's like, if you can get the Firestorm, just use the Firestorm. You are in a far better position using it. Even though it can, as we saw, backfire horribly and kill you. Which, as a note, maybe don't use it in hardcore. Because I think that might be a nightmare to try. But that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.